Okay, let me try to visualize and, visualize the story, so to speak. Make sure I got, yeah, 90 degrees. I'm going to put this over here. And then going to do the horizontal here. Just going to get a coordinate system down, sort of like north, south, east, west type business. Put this over here. All right, so I'm pretty sure you have an idea that we talk about north, south, east, west at this point. So let me put that in for you. So north, south, this over here is the east, and that's the west over here. All right. So the first thing to tell me is the jogger runs at a constant rate of 1 mile every 8 minutes in direction south, 40 degrees east. Now, granted, I realize that each person has their own tools over here, but I'm going to try to do that. And south, and I'm going to go. Whoops, sorry about that. It's hard to use this tool over here. Okay, I'm going to draw that in. All right, let me pull a row on the side over here. And I realize that some people say, why do you spend so much drawing? You don't have to. This is going to be 40 degrees over here. So again, you want west, then 40 degrees, I'm sorry, you want south, then 40 degrees east. All right. And then I got to read the rest of part of the story then. It says, he did that for 20 minutes. All right. Let me get rid of the ruler. So a jogger runs at a constant rate of 1 mile every 8 minutes in a direction for 20 minutes. Let me write this down. So 20 minutes, and he's running at a rate of 1 mile every 8 minutes. So 1 mile every 8 minutes. I think I can figure that out. Minutes would cancel off, and then you're going to get, let's see what you're going to get. You can get 20 over 8 miles. Well, that doesn't look right, does it? 10 over 4 miles. And that would be 5 halves, or 2.5. So I'm going to say it's 2.5 miles. Okay, I got an idea. Is over here somewhere. He's 2.5 miles where he started from. All right? So I want to keep going and just see if I can understand what it's going to do now. Right? So the jogger runs at a constant rate of 1 mile every 8 minutes in direction south, 40 degrees east for 20 minutes. We just did that. And then in the direction, now he's going northeast. All right, northeast. I'm going to get my ruler out again. And yeah, I know it's difficult, but I know what north means. He's going up now, but he is going to the east, right? Now, the question is, how much is he going? He's going by 20 degrees. Let me see if I can do that. Again, I'm kind of measuring this thing. It's not easy. I realize that. All right, I got this over here. Oh boy, made a mistake there. Okay, I'm going to draw my line in here. All right, again, we'll talk about the length of the line, but let me just draw a line in over here. All right, and I want to get rid of the ruler and talk about how long you did that for. So let me get my eraser. I get a lot of things down, chicken scratch and stuff. And I'm starting to see something, but I'm not saying I'm there yet. So he goes this north 20 degrees east for 16 minutes. All right, so let's write that down. So he's running for 16 minutes at the rate of 1 mile, that's a minute, 1 mile every 8 minutes. Now, what does that mean? That means 2 miles. All right, so that I made that way too long. So I'm going to say he's over here somewhere. All right, maybe I should make that a little longer. This is 2 miles. Okay. Approximate to the nearest tenth of a mile the straight line distance from the starting point to the end point of the jogger's course. All right, so we ended over here. All right, they want to get this distance here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to erase everything and the problem. Before I do that, though, I want to claim that I would like to get that triangle sort of solved. So I'm going to put a little dash line over here, but things are going to get erased eventually. I'm going to say I know this angle over here. This is 90 degrees. And the other one would have to be, 60, 40, right? So, I'm sorry, what am I saying? Not to be 90, so 50 degrees. Sorry about that. All right. So I know that's 50 degrees there. And I got to get that distance down. And I know what's happening over here. And I hope you remember I did sort of this over here. I said this was 20 degrees, right? What would this be? That would be, let's see, that would have to be 40 degrees, right? So I know that's 60 degrees now. So let me get my eraser. I have to make it smaller. And this angle in over here is 60 degrees. All right? And I want to get this distance over here. I'll call it D. All right? So what I'm going to do is, I think I can get it. All right? I'm going to start to erase, some of the stuff I really don't need anymore. All right? Because they're not asking about direction. They're just asking about distance at this point. Erase all this business over here. I know I got to get the D, right? And I'm going to, you know what? I just erased something I shouldn't have erased. Let me go backwards. 2.5 miles. I see it now. What's nice about electronic tools, you can always just go backwards and get it back. All right? If that were a piece of paper, I'd have to go do it again. Okay? So I'm going to use the log of cosines. All right? So I'm going to put D squared down. That's the distance I want. Is going to be 2.5 squared plus 2 squared minus 2 times 2.5. Maybe I can do this one without too much work. And times 2. And then cosine of 60 degrees. All right? D squared. Well, 2.5 is actually 5 halves. So that's 25 quarters now. 2 squared is 4. Let's see, 2 times 2.5 is 5, and that's 10, because I get another 2 there, 10. And the cosine of 60, right? That's something I probably should know, right? Yeah, it's 1/2. Let's see what you get over there. And I got to be careful, don't I? So 25 quarters minus 16 quarters. I'm sorry, plus 16 quarters. Sorry about that. I'm looking for it. That's 5. That's 20 quarters, right? And what do you get there? D squared. And again, it's an exam question. We're expecting to do everything that you can do, by the way. And that's going to be, maybe just get my eraser out again. Because you may not be able to read that part. That's minus, right? That's going to be 21 quarters. So I think I write D now. What's D going to be? Root 21 over 2. And someone says, I can't remember the units in this thing. Well, you go back and read the problem. It's going to be in miles. So the answer for 11, the distance, is going to be root 21 over 2 miles. If that's an exam question, this is going to be the answer that you would put down if you can get that far. All right? But they did go on to say that I should round that to the nearest tenth of a mile. And if you did that, I guess you'd need a computer to do that, wouldn't you? Because square root of 21 is kind of tough to do. But I'll leave that to you, that you would take this number over here, root 21 divided by 2, and see if you get that number over there. All right? Thank you.